What if I told you that there are things that some of these talent options can do on your ring that are completely unlisted benefits? Bonuses above and beyond what the text says? Oh yeah, stick around in this video for things that are absolutely insane and are best places for your ring points. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and today I cannot believe some of the things that these ring points do. Do you remember when I made my new player ring guide, not even like a week ago? I'll have a card up in the top. It explains some of the pros and cons of the different ring points that you can apply here. Well, I said I can't figure out what the benefit of control is. It gives you a maximum ability point limit of plus 10. That seems like it will be something that gives you some perhaps flexibility for doing like a long range strike with 3 marches by using your ability points over here, right? Like there's some tactical stuff that I figured maybe you could do. But what if I told you that every time you put a point into control, it also makes it so that you refresh your ability points faster? Not even kidding you. I get ability points once every 45 minutes or so now, instead of the once every 1 hour and 20 minutes. Every single point you put into control will reduce the time it takes to get ability points back. It is so good, it's out of control. It's, okay, pun not intended. This is a must. It's an absolute slam dunk. These points are phenomenal. And I got to give credit where credit is due. Someone pointed out to me that they had learned this in a video by All Things Middle Earth. I'm going to have a card up in the top for their video because I thought this was such a cool find, but there's more, okay? Before I go on to share some of the other ring secrets that I figured out on my own, I just want to say that I am now using a control build to basically be a harvesting machine. So what do I mean by that? It takes 3 ability points to harvest. I have boosted my harvesting by 30%. So now when I go and I gather from a tile, and I'll show you, I'm gathering from a 230 tile. I go to gather, and I'll send my eagles because they fly so damn fast. It's 60,000 grain base for the tile, plus 18,000. Hello, baby. 18,000. That is a lot of extra resources, and I have been getting a ton of value using my control harvester build. It's so good. I absolutely love that combination. I could send them out that now, but I don't know what resource I need. My resources are actually in a pretty good place right now. But okay, I'm deviating too much from ring talents. Let's talk about the next talents that you need to know about that, like, I was kind of shocked. I didn't know they worked this way. And up next is powerful sweeping. Now, powerful sweeping says it does extra damage to stationary armies. Well, what the hell is a stationary army? Do you know? I don't know. What counts as a stationary army? Isn't any army you hit technically stationary when you hit it? So I thought that because it's in this whole sweeping tree, that this was specifically for mobs that you sweep. Seems pretty logical, right? But when I go and I take a look in the battle log, let's just go now and I'll show you. If I pick a fight where I was taking a 200 power tile, because obviously you want to take some high power tiles, right? If we actually look in the log itself, and I know, this is like super nerding out, but powerful sweeping improves the damage of the commander by 10% and every one of the units in the army by 10%. Yes, a 10% damage boost is absolutely freaking amazing. Yes, I'm in. You have my attention. I have taken powerful sweeping. You got me. Those are too good. I take a lot of tiles. You take a lot of tiles. Everybody's taking tiles if you want to build economy. Powerful sweeping is 10% more damage. That's a super win. Okay. I said in my previous video that I thought that abundant power was really good for boosting the commander's physical damage. It definitely is, right? It definitely is important if you've got a commander that deals physical damage to go in to boost that, right? But I mention this in conjunction with powerful sweeping because I want my points to be in all the places that give me combat effectiveness. Powerful sweeping is giving me combat effectiveness, not against other players. Okay, not against other players. But it is giving me that combat effectiveness against tiles, which is where most people spend the majority of their time in the early to mid game. And then, I mean, late game is going to be a ton of battling. The next ring secret that you might not have known is that you can refresh the ring every single day. And it seems like there's no cost whatsoever. It seems like you can do this as much as you want. Maybe in the season journey that will change. But for now, in season 1, it seems like I can do this as much as I want. And I hit refresh, or I guess reset, and I'm good to go. It clears all my points except these ones over here that's calling out, including some of the ones that we were just talking about. Control, one of the most important ones for my control build here. But the ring secret I wanted to share with you on that front is that it will keep control, because you can't actually like go back once you've put your points into this. Like, you're gaining ability points faster. They're not going to slow you back down again. Same is true with stamina. They're not going to cut your max stamina off of commanders, which is what this ability does. Like, these are permanent points. Battle lines gives you more forts. It's permanent. But when you reset this thing, you get back your points in the predecessors, and you don't have to redeploy them in order to continue to put points further down the tree. So once you have your 1 point in stamina, if you want to then go and drop into control, like I've done here, like, you don't have to have abundant alacrity, which gives you march speed. You don't have to have quick order. Like, you have your 1 point in stamina, which will never go away, and then you can just start dumping points into control, which is fairly ridiculous. Like, that whole thing, it's control is amazing. I'm a little over the moon right now for control, okay? And if you knew, for example, that you were about to do a ton of mock battling, as an example again, then you would just reset this thing and you would just go all in on mock battling for a bit. So one last thing I just want to show you really quickly is related to the abundant dexterity. This gives you commander speed. Also, I want to talk about abundant power giving you physical damage, okay? Let's remember those names: abundant dexterity and abundant power. If we make our way back into the battle log and we try to find those two abilities, do they show up? You know, I see experienced warrior, but I don't see the other stuff in here. And I think that the way that those work, right? If we go back to your ring just real quick, I'm not 100% on this, but abundant power and abundant dexterity aren't things that show up in the battle log. And the place that I think I saw it go when I applied a point to it earlier today for abundant dexterity is that it goes right into your commander's portrait, okay? And that one gives speed. So the bonus amount, if I'm remembering correctly, went up, not the base value. And at the time, I guess it wasn't enough to actually boost the army's speed in battle or march speed. So I'm just mentioning this, that some of the points show up in the log, other points show up in the commander's profiles, but no matter how you slice it, you should totally reset into a control build, in my opinion. It's absolutely phenomenal. Whether you're doing control and sweeping so that you get like a ton of ability points and then jam out a ton of experience, which is going to cost you a ton of food, or you go the control harvest build that I'm using right now, which I think is just like 10 out of 10. Everybody should probably be doing this. You should almost certainly be specializing in control and just enjoying all of the extra goodies that you get from these ability points. And they are constrained for how frequently you get them because they're just that good. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, consider subscribing and throwing a like on the video. That's always much appreciated. And the tip about control, which ultimately was sourced from the All Things Middle-earth channel, is really, I think, great guidance. And I've got that card up in the top for their video where they talked about control. I didn't know it worked that way. And once I put a point in there, man, I'm not going back. And that's in part because you literally can't reset that. So you're stuck with it. And I think that's an okay thing.